Story. A group of women have gathered outside the Wentworth Police station. This is near Durban. They want police officers to be more proactive in ending gang violence in the area following a number of shootings and an increasing drug trade. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan is there for us. Karinda, good morning to you. Tell us what the situation is in that area, the worries of an increasing drug trade. That's something certainly to worry about.
Absolutely, Oli, good morning to you. We're outside the Wentworth Police station. My colleague Sibongiseni Kubande is showing you this area, and this is where a group of women have been gathered from about 8 o'clock this morning. They've just handed a memorandum of demands over to the station commander, and they say this is the second list of demands they've handed to police in a space of months, essentially because of the increasing number of gang shootings, drug trades, like you mentioned, and especially youth becoming involved in this. I'll just bring in Celeste King. She's one of the organizers as well, who went in just now to speak to police. Celeste, first, can you summarize the crisis that you're facing in Wentworth?
The crisis that we're facing mostly is gang violence, drug abuse, but the main one is gang violence that has been so high, where youngsters now are actually shooting with rifles. Where are they getting the rifles? Where are they getting AK-47s? You know, that's a very serious crisis, and the age group is getting younger. This is 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds that are carrying these weapons. Even when they come in to shoot, they don't even know how to control it, because as they're shooting, it's knocking them down to themselves.
This has been happening for years. Tell me about the deaths linked to this drive-by shootings. Innocent lives being taken?
Yes, there's plenty innocent lives that has been taken. The death rate so far of youngsters that died, that most of them were innocent, is 50%. In fact, 52% of death rates of youngsters that have passed away, and nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. As we're saying, it's going on for years. New colonel station commanders are coming in. Another one comes in. The problem is still not being sorted out. So you tell me, what must really happen?
You've told police you want them to respond by 2 days. They say they're going to respond within 14 days, I believe. What are your demands to them exactly? How do you want them to attend to this?
Okay, our demands is we want to see visibility. We want to see them in our community. We want to see them in these hot spots where the gangs are. We want to see them coming to take action, because as we say, we see them all over, but they're not here. So those are our mostly high demands. Is these rifles, where are these youngsters are getting them from? Why are they getting away with it? You know, and the police or the law. So how is the law not finding these dangerous weapons when they come in to do the search?
Important aspect. Thank you, Celeste, for speaking to us. Really, you hear their 13-year-old children handling rifles. Now, while Celeste organized this march, a number of women and men are here as well. Ma'am, let's bring in yourself. You said that you wanted to also send a message about the issue of gang violence that you have faced personally as well.
You know, it's a shame. You know, it's a shame because it's not all about Hollywood. It's not all about Woodstock. It's all about mothers standing up for their children.
What's Hollywood and Woodstock?
Hollywood, it's named Woodstock. It's in High Street. They just gave it a Woodstock. It's named Woodstock years ago. It's a gang name. Yeah. And Hollywood, they gave it that name. It's a gang name. But it's not all about Hollywood. It's not all about Woodstock. It's all about our children. Our children are not free to walk. Our children are not free to play. Our children are prisoners in their own community. As mothers, stand up for your children. My child is your child. Your child is my child. Stand up for our children and say enough is enough. We are tired. We're not taking anybody's spot. We have to say, as mothers, it's a shame that no mothers are here. Mothers should be here. They all should have been here to come and speak for their children. You know, I can say this is an evil force. This is a spiritual thing. It's not just a gnome. This is a spiritual thing that is happening.
You mentioned that you want to see national government come here, including the provincial, the premier. You wanted the national police minister. Why do you want them here?
You know why? You know why we want them to come here? You know why we want them to come here? Because our voices are not being heard. Our voices are not being heard. That's why we want Becky Tele here to come and sort this thing out. Because when other communities got problems, in Lemontville, in Amlas, it comes out. But over here, nobody takes notice of us. It's only when people stop come with an uproar, that's when we get notice from people. All I gotta say to the mothers out there, please, man, pray for our children. Thank you.
So while you hear a mother speaking passionately, there's also family members. There's one woman who said that she has a case that is 20 years old that has not been solved. Her brother was murdered 20 years ago. Ma'am, let me quickly bring you in. Show me, please, the card that you have. She has a case number and she says that police have not actually... She said justice has not been served. Ma'am, tell me about your crisis with police.
20 years ago, in 2003, my son was murdered on the 5th of February, and he was murdered execution style. Shot 8 times, his body was dumped at Mondi's. And ever since, I've been liaising with the management of SAPS and provincial, and writing letters to them, and they all have failed me. And I've been here to Colonel Van Zyl when he came on, and I asked him for the dockets. He took out the docket. He never ever read the docket. He never ever saw it. It's still in the drawer. I don't know if it's still in that drawer. But what I'm saying is this here. I put myself in the shoes of the parents who are losing their children. And as I say, it's so sad because I really speak on the bottom of my heart that 20 years I'm bleeding. I run and I go and help children and I educate them.
Ma'am, just to cut in because we're running out of time, just quickly tell me about the death threats. If you can summarize the death threats you've been given by the gangs.
I don't want, because even if I go and I help people's children and I go and separate, then people swear me and tell me I'm forward and you this and you that, and they want to push me away. They even put people to hit me. There are people that came to hit me and they actually told me, the certain people that told them they must come and hit me.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. So you've heard then clearly from various women here, a young woman who says she wants to change the community because the young children are being involved in gang violence. You also see the police gathering now as well. A mother who says she wants to speak about those mothers who have lost children or whose children have been drawn into these gangs that are also dealing in drugs. She also even gives out the names of these gangs, and we have seen them in reports as well. And then you heard the lady here speaking about the death threats being received. She's an activist in the community. So it's a deep-rooted issue. One has been going on for years, and this is one of several list of demands that have been handed to police by the community of Wentworth.
Karinda Jagmohan, a very comprehensive update there, but equally worrying situation taking place in the area of Wentworth. All right.